Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and we're back out here in the garage for another upcoming projects and first impressions video. I took 4 things to the range today because I actually have Monday and Tuesday off, so I'm going to try to get as much content filmed as possible. However, I think my eyes were a little bit bigger than my stomach today because of the allotted time that I really had. I was only able to film 2 things, but I want to share my experiences with those 2 guns with you, and I also want to show you another firearm I have in for review from my friend Richard. But let's talk about the first impressions first. Now, I have to remind people, this is not a review video, okay? So if you are new to my channel and maybe see the title of this video, this is not an official review. This is the Texas Gun Vault 2. This is my behind-the-scenes channel, or I say behind-the-scenes, but my casual channel where I just film stuff here in my garage with my phone. That's it. We can talk about anything from politics, whatever, guns, and my first impressions on certain things at the range. If you want to see my official reviews that are thought out and, planned out and organized and edited, and you can see all the range footage, go to my main channel. There's a link in the description below, the Texas Gun Vault. But I created this channel mainly for my biggest fans, and I like to do this kind of casual content. So I took 2 guns. Well, I was able to take 4, but okay, I took 4 guns to the range, only able to shoot 2. And they happen to be from the same person. So let's go over those today. The first gun I shot, and normally the pistols are the easiest to film, so that's why I took these. I actually had a rifle that I took to the range, but I didn't get to. But also it's partially because I did want to film it. It's that B&T APC 300. I wanted to film that, but there were too many people there, and there were some classes going on the range right next to the VIP lanes, and there was so much shooting that I think it kind of ruins the footage of any gun that I shoot suppressed. So I'm going to have to go back to the range kind of late at night to get that done when nobody else is there and everything's quiet. Okay, so the first gun I shot today, I really thought I was going to love, and I have to say I really like it. I don't love it, okay? It is really nice, though, and it's pretty darn awesome. It is the Walther Q5 Match. Now, this is the all-metal framed kind of PPQ designed for, I guess we're going to say, competition and target shooting. It's a very heavy gun. There are 2 things about this gun that I do not like, okay? I shouldn't say don't like. It's just I would have designed the gun a little bit different. The first thing is the grip is a little bit short. I kind of feel like it's a full-size gun with a compact grip to it, so the magazine only holds 15 rounds. I kind of wish that they had put on the longer one or built it where it could hold the 17 round or the longer magazines, but also my 3 fingers here they don't comfortably fit on that front strap. I kind of feel like it compresses my fingers a little bit with this little lip at the bottom. So I kind of wish the grip was a little bit longer, and once, when I was inserting the magazine, as you can see, I got like a little bit of the fleshy part of the side of my pinky there. I pinched myself a little bit. So I wish the grip was a little bit longer. The other thing about this gun is the wall. I guess it's part of the trigger. The trigger, by the way, is amazing, super light. But I like to stage my trigger. I know some people say you shouldn't do that. Some people say you should. It's my personal preference, especially when I'm trying to shoot as accurately as possible, where I'll pull the trigger back and I come to that wall and I make sure everything's lined up, and then I let the trigger come back a little bit further, gun goes bang. The wall on this trigger, honestly, you can feel it, okay? It's there. It's not like it's a false wall or it's not. It's so light. It breaks, in my opinion, too light. So when I was trying to stage the trigger, I had once or twice, actually it was both times when I was kind of doing my first 10 rounds through the gun before I even turned on the camera, the gun went bang before I wanted it to. I was just staging that trigger and then just boom. And I was like, okay, that is a little bit too light for me. So I'm going to have to wait and see what the trigger weight gauge says. I don't think the trigger itself is too light. maybe. I don't know. You hit this wall and it comes back a little bit further. Maybe. I don't know. It might be a little bit too light for me. I wish that was a little bit more firm. But everything else about it is great. Now, the accuracy of this gun, I mean, it is the Q5 match, okay? I shot it really, really well, with the exception of it shoots to the left. Now, it was shooting high into the left. I did adjust the rear sights, and I even adjusted them as far as I could go, and I was still shooting a little bit to the left. Yeah, did I say left? Yeah, I did. It was shooting to the left and high. Yeah, so I was adjusting the sights where it's supposed to bring that over, and I could get it over almost to where I wanted it. For some reason, it just shoots very left for me. Not bad, but it groups amazing. Like, very good groups. I just could not get it, the sights zeroed in. Probably, if you're going to run a red dot on this, probably the way to go on that. But the iron sights, I just struggled with just a little bit. Elevation was fine, and it grouped great. So that was my first impressions on that one. The other gun I was able to get out there, wait, not that one, was the Beretta 84BB. Okay, so now this is that 80 series Beretta. I showed this in a recent garage video here, and I was doing some research. The 80BB is a safety-only model. So that's it. So you do have variations that are the F and the FS that are safety decocker. This is a safety-only, but for the most part, it's the same gun. I think the trigger guard is a little different on the different models, but you can use the same magazines. Now, I'm going to say something which is probably going to surprise you. This gun here, this kind of older police trade-in 84BB, in my opinion, outshot the Walther Q5 match. Now, obviously we're doing two different calibers here, 380, 9mm. At 7 yards, this gun groups better with the stock iron sights than this gun does. I mean, this gun shoots tight groups at 7 yards. I mean, very tight groups. At 15 yards, the group was okay. Now, this gun outshoots this gun at 15 yards, and I think that's because you have that longer barrel and better sight radius. This one, as I said, it kind of opens up a little bit. Now, at 25 yards, both guns shoot about the same. Well, maybe this was a little bit better, but I would say for like close-up, home defense, concealed carry, I mean, this would be a very difficult gun to do that with, but if you took the weight and size out of it, this gun shoots better than the Walther. I know, my personal opinion. Now, the only issue I discovered with this is with this magazine, which is a, let me just double check here. It says, I don't know if it's a Beretta branded mag. Maybe it's a Metgar mag. I don't know. This is the one that I think came with it, or so Jack number 1 said. It's a 13-round mag, and easy to load. As you can see, it will lock the slide open. However, when you're shooting it, it does not. So I had a couple times, I would shoot 13 rounds, and then nothing would happen because the slide didn't lock open, and then I had to simply count the rounds for the rest of the review, or anytime I was using that magazine. When I used my personal 84FS mags, and I have a few of them, and I thought I grabbed another 13-rounder. However, I brought a 10-rounder by accident. Okay, so I only had 10 rounds in this one. But this mag works like it's supposed to. It's a modern mag, so probably the slide locking or not locking open is a magazine issue, not a gun issue. But this magazine ran fine. I just had 10 rounds in this one, so I only used it for certain tests. So, yeah, I absolutely love this thing. Yeah, this thing is awesome. In fact, I think this old 84BB shoots better than my 84FS. And I haven't shot my 80X yet, but this one's going to be hard to beat. I know. It's a gun that's probably older than I am, probably made in the 70s. direct blowback. You got these terrible iron sights. I mean, you can't even adjust the one in the front. It's like barely there, and it outshoots a lot of other things. This thing was awesome. And unlike kind of the more modern 84s, I feel like the slide's a little bit easier to manipulate. It's not as sprung as other variants. So that was my first impressions on this. Absolutely outstanding experience on both guns. The one that surprised me, though, because I was expecting this one to shoot well, the Beretta 84BB. I mean, I was like, okay, I'm going to get okay groups, but no. This thing's awesome. Both ran hollow points great. Just a great experience there. So those were the two I was able to film today. I did take the HK P7 K3. I did want to see if 22 was going to run through it, and I forgot to pack 22 in my bag. So I couldn't even test that. But that's going to be at the next one, probably when I go back to the range to film the B&T APC 300. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow night. We'll see. All right, so now let's talk about the upcoming projects. Now I have to get a case open here because I returned my friend Richard's Beretta 92 FS, his Inox Italian-made one, and he had this for me. Whoop. So let's open this thing up. 1 second here. I probably should have gotten this out before I filmed this. But this is a really interesting one. And I think a lot of people are going to want to watch it because it's a Ruger. Because when it comes to certain companies, while they might not be my favorite companies in the world, sometimes they're other people's favorites. And a lot of people love Ruger. And so, I guess I'll just close this later. Okay. So here we go. We have the Ruger SFAR. So essentially, Chris, let me safety check it. Now, this is an AR-15 receiver, or essentially, well, almost an AR-15 receiver. And if you shoot a bunch of ARs, you know that there's a big difference between an AR-15 receiver and an AR-10 receiver in the dimensions. So this one has an AR-15 dimensions with the exception of the magwell. Somehow, they have been able to put 308 into an AR-15 style gun, which is pretty impressive. Now, not everything is going to be the same as an AR-15. It's my understanding that the spring is proprietary. It does use an AR-15 buffer. I think Richard said he put in an H2. It has a standard AR-15 charging handle, and this one is from BCM that has, I guess, gas deflection. We have a gas regulator on the front, which I guess we're going to say this is an adjustable gas block. But somehow they got a, I don't know, like a 7-pound rifle to be chambered in 308. And Richard says that it shoots really well, and you know it's 308, but it's not uncomfortable. So I don't know what this thing's going to shoot like. I really don't know what to expect. 16-inch barrel, and it is a AR-15 that can accept SR-25 mags and shoots 308. And he actually got a little custom, let me show you here. He has a dust cover. When it's this side, it says 308 Winchester. And this side, as you can see, 7.62 by 51. Isn't that cool? That is a cool little dust cover. He had that one custom made. So anyway, that's what this is. And he told me a little bit about the adjustments of the gas regulator and what to expect. He also said, because I will review this one at both the 25 and the 100-yard range. He gave me a little bit of ammo, and he says for all the other stuff, use standard 308. You know, it should be fine. But he says when you do the 100-yard accuracy test, use this. He says this is the 308 Winchester. It is 165 grain. Fusion bonded soft point. This is a hunting round. And he said, I forgot who he said made the projectile here. But anyway, he said this shoots amazing. He says standard 308, is going to be all over the target. I mean, it groups fine, but he says this stuff is what to use. So I'll probably try a number of different grains through it, but this is what he recommends. So I'm going to save this for the 100-yard range at 100 yards. So that's what he said. I don't know how much is in here. I think he said like half a box. So yeah, he shot a few things through it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. And about 7 there, so about 14 rounds. So I appreciate that, and I'm glad that he knows what this gun likes. So there you go. So that is the upcoming projects. This is going to be a really, really interesting rifle to review. I don't know what to expect. A 308 in an AR-15 platform. So anyway, first impressions and upcoming projects. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you made it to the end of this video, what can the word of the day be? The word of the day is going to be, I want it to be a good one. I want it to be a good one. Okay, 380 is the word of the day because I'm running low on 380 ammunition, and I have a couple of other 380s I need to review. So I might need to contact my friend Mark from Brown Works and say, hey, for this month I need some 380 because that's what I got to get, because I got to review that HK pistol as well. I think I got like 150 rounds left, or maybe 100 rounds left. Let's see, one box. Got my I had to go buy this today, which is the hollow points, and I think I got one box left. So I got under 100 rounds. So yeah, it's not enough. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about any of the guns, and what do you think about my experiences with the Beretta being so awesome, and what do you think, like or don't like, about the Ruger SFAR, a 308 in an AR-15 platform. And by the way, I did notice on this receiver it says this is made in Mayodan, North Carolina. I didn't even know Ruger had a facility in North Carolina, but good for them. Good for them, because I know they were in Connecticut for a while, and then, of course, they got Arizona. I think they make pistols there. So that's what's going on. So, as always, once again, let me know if you like anything, don't like anything, or have any comments about anything. And, as always, thanks for watching.